Alright, hello yogis, welcome back. So today I'm going to do a class intended to be done before bed. And I've been getting a lot of comments and requests for soothing classes for insomnia, for anxiety. I think I've heard a lot of reports of chest pain due to shallow breathing and our body's trying to tell us in many ways that we are stressed. And so I'm hoping that this class will be a good support. I admittedly came to yoga myself for stress and insomnia issues, so it's been a big focus in my practice. I'll do another class soon that's more of a yoga nidra class, a guided meditation, intended to be done just in bed. So this class is going to have a little bit of a gentle flow and then slowing into some more yin poses and finally relaxation. So let's bring the hands to the knees, ground evenly through the sits bones. Allow the breath to fill in through the belly and the back. Gentle waves of breath flowing to the upper chest. And take a few of those full breaths that your body has been missing. Maybe hold in for a moment at the gentle edge of your breath and exhale to release. And drawing yourself gently tall. Back of the head and neck open and the shoulders relaxed. A few more breaths. Imagine the breath, waves of breath, moving in through any tension, flowing into the arms and legs, into the head. Slowing your exhale mindfully. Just aware that we're going to switch over to the parasympathetic nervous system. So our sympathetic nervous system is our fight or flight mechanism. And the parasympathetic, rest and digest. Moving towards this digestion of our literal food and of our experience of our day. With the next inhale, let's reach out through the fingers nice and slow, growing into the heart as the hands come up overhead. Feel a gentle lift, a gentle arch back, and then exhale, floating down, hands to heart center. Inhale, deep breath to Om. Flowing up through the fingers. Stretch your heart toward the sky. Imagine opening a light between your hands as you turn the palms away and clear your space. Bright light opening around you. Darkness or stagnation down into the floor, clearing your space. Inhale, we rise. Take your time. And then exhale, the hands come down and the chin sinks down. Some slow inhale, lifting the gaze, growing into the heart. Exhale, rounding back. Inhale and lift. Exhale and round. Inhale, go forward, Open the throat, exhale, round it back and hold. Inhale, back to center. This next one we'll take a gentle twist, sinking into our shoulders. So taking right hand to the front of the right knee, and just a little shift into the shoulder. So maybe it's easy for your body to come deeper, getting into the low back. Whatever feels right to you, we'll roll it back. Other hand, left hand, front of the left knee, shifting down into the shoulder. Roll it back up. One more time. Bow into your twist. And back. Bow into your twist. Roll it back. So in most cases, let's move aside our block or blanket at this point. We'll take the fingers down in front and just a little walk forward and bow. Slowly bring the brow down to its edge, maybe to the floor in some cases. When you find your edge, let the head and neck relax, full weight of the face, just slackening. One more breath. Walk back in. So every breath, slow, deep, filling the body. Let's take the hands down behind and shift the legs wide and release the hips. Maybe a little hip crack there. And then we'll take the other leg forward. Inhale, flow up into the heart. Exhale, your hands come down and walking it forward. And bow. Let the breath fill in through hip tension. One more slow breath. And then walking it back up. Going up through the crown. We'll shift forward, but this time just stepping into table pose. I'm going to tuck my toes under in table pose here, taking some cat-cows and a gentle toe opener at the same time. And then exhale, dropping the tail, dropping the head. The fingers spread wide. Feel all of your knuckles. Inhale. Lift it through. Open the throat. Exhale. Release. Inhale. Flow through. Exhale, release. And then going back to center. So the toes tucked under. Let's drop the shoulders away from the ears and we'll pull the knees up off of the mat just an inch, drawing the navel back to the spine. Feeling a little bit of warmth and heat through the body. Gentle, deep breath. And stepping back, one foot, other foot holding in plank, body level to the floor, reaching forward through the crown, spine long, reach back through the inner heels, and then shifting the hips back, downward dog. Let's walk out our dog a little bit, press the mat away and then bending one knee. Open across the upper back, the spine long, bending the other knee. We'll lift up now onto the toes. Keep the spine long, keep drawing back through the thighs, through the hips, and then the knees bend. Slowly we're going to bring the knees with control all the way down to the mat. Keep the spine long the whole time. If possible, keeping the toes tucked under, so this would be child's pose, dropping the brow down. An awesome toe release. If it's too much for your toes, just point them back. Take a regular child's pose right now. And if it's okay for your toes, give a press into the palms. A little bit more pressure. A little bit more opening, and breathe. Rock forward, back to table pose, and tap out the toes a little bit. Now let's take a little bit, just say hello to our hips. We'll stretch the right toes straight back, wiggle out the joints, and then allow the right knee to bend. And then nice and easy, we're just gonna lift the right heel toward the crown, and then exhale, draw the knee in toward the nose and round. Inhale and lift. So our breath and our motion are very slow. And then setting the right knee down, other side. We'll take the left toes straight back, wiggling out the joints, circling the ankle. The left knee bends. Inhale, lift, heel toward the crown, grow to your heart, and exhale. Bowing knee to the nose. Inhale, and lift. Exhale. And bow. One more time. Inhale, enjoy the motion. Find your gentle edge. Exhale, bring it down. Let's take the hands forward, a palm's length. Tuck the toes under. Shift back, downward dog. Press the mat away, let the head hang. Feel your 4 points of contact, nice and stable, both hands, both feet. And we're going to take a nice slow walk up to the front of the mat. As you come up, let yourself hang. Maybe take hold of opposite elbows and release. Feel the gentle weight of the upper body. Maybe a little sway side to side. So we're just doing this little gentle practice in order to loosen the body up before we rest. So now let's roll up through the spine. And lift up through the elbows. And look overhead. And I'm going to turn to face you. You can stay as you are, but stepping the feet a little bit wider apart. I don't remember if I've done this in any of my classes yet. I do this one a lot. It feels so good to my shoulders. So if this doesn't feel great to your shoulders, take your hands to your hips. Otherwise, we're going to exhale and make a big circle down. Smaller if this is causing pain to your back. Softness through your knees as you inhale, rise up. Breathe into your shoulders and exhale, bring it back down. Drawing circles. Inhale all the way back. So I love this. I could do this all day, but we're going to reverse directions, just nice and slow, 2 times this direction. Make this your dance. Open the shoulders, maybe roll it open as you come up last time around. Rise all the way up, stretching the arms wide, and then exhale, step together at the front of your mat. So open the shoulders, releasing the hands around behind. Turn sideways so you can see me. Press the palms together and start to draw the fingers gently toward the floor and the shoulders a little closer and grow into your heart space. Take the gaze up. Quiet knees as you lift, as you fold forward. Follow your heart just to your edge. So maybe The hands move toward the floor behind you. Just listen to your shoulders. And breathe. And taking a little bend to the knees as the fingers lift you back and up. We'll release the hands. Float all the way up into your heart. And then exhale, the hands sink down. So today, still riding the new moon energy of last night, I'd like to invite you to some moon salutations. Another one, if you take my classes, you know I don't really miss an opportunity to do the moon salutations. I love them so much. So I'm going to take this as a meditative movement, very slow, as fluid as possible, and focusing on the deep, slow inhale and exhale. Very similar to a sun salutation. I'll talk you through it, but we're going to start with the left foot stepping back rather than the right, and we're going to take the palms together for a great deal of it. There are a bunch of back bends. So take your back bends softly. You don't have to go all the way to your edge. With an inhale, we're going to sweep palms together up overhead and lift. Feel that lift from your heart center, and then exhale. Palms together as you fold with a flat back, nice and smooth all the way down over the legs. The fingers come down. We'll step the left foot back. A low lunge, dropping the knee. So the knee can be closer to directly under if you have knee problems. We're going to inhale and rise. Grow up into your heart, to your edge, lifting back. The hands come down and nice and smooth, stepping the right foot back to downward dog. And I love this part, rocking down to the knees and folding the body back to child's pose. So smooth. Inhale, rising tall on the knees. The hands sweep up overhead. Again, growing to your heart. And exhale, the hands come down. I love this part as well. Rocking forward, tuck the toes, float the hips back. Smooth as can be, downward dog, and the left foot steps up. Inhale and lift. And the hands come down. The right foot steps up, big toes together, and fold. Even weight through the heels, sweeping all the way up through the fingers. I'm just turning so I don't hit the wall. And exhale, hands to heart center. Other side. Inhale and lift. Exhale, palms together and fold. Flat back, release. The right foot steps back. A low lunge. And rise. And down. The left foot steps back, down dog. And we'll rock down to the knees. Back to child's pose, nice and smooth. Rising tall on the knees. As soon as your brow touches down, growing up into your heart, feel that lift and exhale, the fingers down. Palms down, we'll rock forward, tuck the toes, and float back, downward dog. The right foot steps up and rise. Nice and smooth. The fingers come down, big toes together as the left foot steps up. I'll turn forward, you don't have to. Inhale and lift. Grow to your heart. Exhale, the hands come down. So one more time we'll go through, maybe slightly faster, but just as smooth. If you know this pretty well, you can let your eyes close for much or most, maybe all of it. Quiet through the knees as we begin. Inhale. Exhale. And fold. The left foot steps back. Dropping the knee and rise. Fingers down, left toes tucked, stepping downward dog. So smooth, down to the knees, back to the brow. Inhale, lift. So only bending back to a point that feels natural and good. We'll rock forward, tuck the toes, float the hips, downward dog. The left foot steps up and rise. The right foot steps up and fold. Sweeping all the way up. Palms together and rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. And again, we rise. Exhale, palms together and fold flat back. Last time through, the right foot steps back, dropping the knee. And rise. And down. Stepping the left foot back down, dog. Rocking down to the knees. Back to child's pose. Brow touches down. Inhale, lifting up. And down. Rock forward, tuck the toes, floating the hips back. The right foot steps up. The left foot steps up and folds. Reverse and rise. Sweep it up. Lift your heart one last time and exhale. The hands come down. So let's let the eyes close. Stand in meditation. So the idea here isn't to get your heart racing. The idea is just to loosen up a little bit before we go deep. So let's float hands up overhead. And exhale, a flat back and fold. Let's take the palms down to the floor, step down to the knees, and turn sideways. Again, we'll take the knees toward the outer edges of our mat, the big toes together, and shift the seat back to the heels, walking the hands forward. Wide-legged child's pose if this feels okay to your hips. Deeply releasing in this posture. Allow the breath to roll through the hips. Feel the weight of the brow. Just be with any mild discomfort as your hips release, relax. You want to take a little shift across the brow, a little shift side to side. Then find your center and let it go. 3 deep breaths here. And then we'll walk the hands in just a little bit and take the weight into the left palm, shifting over to the right, just to your edge, very gentle, and shift the weight back over to the left. And step the left hand in, shifting over to the right, and step the right hand in, shifting back to the left, and just walking the hands the rest of the way back. Let's come down onto one hip. Take the hands down behind, the feet out in front. We'll work the knees side to side. Take pad of the left foot down, the right ankle across the left knee, and draw that right knee forward. And again, a little shift side to side, nice and gentle. Keep lifting into the heart so you're not collapsed back. Arms are pretty straight. We'll find center and slide the left heel forward. So if you have right knee problems, feel free to grab a block and slide it under your thigh. And if this still feels like a compromising position to your knee, you can take the pad of the foot down to the floor for this one, that's fine. But if this feels okay, kind of a seated pigeon position, we'll take the fingers to the left shin, grow to the heart, take a little walk forward, and a gentle bow to your edge. Releasing that hip and low back, releasing the head and neck and face. Quiet eyes. Slow breath. Focus on slowing your exhale. One more deep breath. And walk it back up. And take the hands down behind and step the feet out in front and let the knees shift side to side again. Always mindful of your breath throughout this entire practice. And we'll take the knees back to center, pad of the right foot to the floor, left ankle across the right knee, draw the left knee forward, and start to shift some space through that left hip. Feel what's going on in there. This side might be a completely different story than the other side. So again, not slouching back, sit up into the heart. Slide the right heel forward. And this part might be completely different as well. Maybe you want to block here. This left knee doesn't like it so much. Maybe pad of the foot to the floor. Whatever's going to work for your body. If it feels okay, taking the fingertips to the right shin. And begin to draw the heart forward. So maybe your edge is up here and maybe you're walking down. Slowly play with your edge. Be aware of your knee and its comfort and safety. Lengthen your breath. Focus on that exhale. Lengthen your exhale. The facial muscles slacken, the head and neck release. One more full body breath. Gently walk back up. One more time, taking the hands down behind, taking the pads of the feet down to the floor, and rocking it out side to side. And finding center. So now we're going to set up for a very relaxing posture, and we'll stay here for a little while. This is just a regular forward fold, but we're going to support our brow. So if you are at home and you don't have any blocks and you don't bend so far into forward fold, maybe your edge is up here, you can get pillows, you can get like firmer blankets, whatever is going to support your brow and hold it. So probably really soft pillows aren't going to do the trick unless you have lots and lots of them. But what I'm going to do, take a blanket. Now I may be able to bring my brow down here. I've got a decent amount of flexibility in a forward fold at this point, but you can have a blanket block. Basically, wherever you find, whatever setup you come up with in this position, you can take your palms up into the floor if that's comfortable and just let the arms and shoulders give. So maybe coming to about 70% of your full stretch here. You don't want to be like working, shaking. You want to just be loosening, relaxing. So I'll bring this block up here so I can continue to talk to you. Taking the backs of the hands to the floor, as I said. Oh, I'm starting to allow the brow to rest. And just noticing the backs of the thighs and their release. Notice their relationship to the floor. Looking for symmetry through your legs, through your body. Really starting to quiet here. As you feel that full weight of the head and the facial muscles release from the very top of the neck, back of the head, begin to feel relaxation moving down through the spine, and all the muscles around the spine start to relax away down the sides of the neck. Nice and slow. Feel that relaxation move into the upper shoulders, the upper back. Feel the shoulders quiet away from the spine. Relaxation moving down slowly to the mid-back. Each vertebrae of the spine releasing any tension around it all the way down to the tail. Really letting the backs of the legs go. Let them melt. Make sure there's no holding through the toes or feet or knees. I'm going to slow the breath even more. Unless you're going very slow already. I'm going to count out a 4-count breath, and feel free to play with this. You can go a little slower, a little faster for yourself. So I'm going to inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. On your own. Gently, let's take our palms down to the floor. Let our head hang as we walk our way back up, and the head comes up last. Ooh. I always feel very, very different after this posture, and sometimes I'm ready for bed, just as is. So that's a really good ally before bed. If you only have time for a couple of postures, I would recommend that one before you tuck in. That can be done. Well, you probably want some support under you. This next one is kind of the ultimate in before bed relaxation for me. You can feel free to take, I'll have these on hand so I can show you. I'm going to turn my back to you and use this back wall, legs up the wall. So this is a fantastic relaxing pose that I have some students prefer this to Shavasana and don't want to come down. So we're going to just take your Take your glutes all the way up to the wall. Shift the toes up to the sky. And here we are in our legs up the wall position. And just taking the palms up. And if you'd like a little bit more lift to your legs, you can take either a block under your low back here, make sure it's comfortable, or just a little less, maybe a blanket. This might be the way to go for me today. It's just a folded blanket. I'm going to start to relax the toes. And here we're allowing the blood to drain from the lower body into the upper body. Just nice quiet toes. No tension through the feet. Allow that draining sensation. And both ankles completely relax. Even if you thought your ankles were relaxed, maybe there's a little bit more softness. Maybe there was some holding. Maybe not. That's awesome. Relaxing the calves, let them drain, release. Any holding through the shins and into the knees. Space through your knees, quiet through your knees. Take your time. Keep that breath slow. Maybe take back that 4 count. Inhale, exhale. As the thighs let go. Any holding through the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. Let it drain. And then feel the gentle quiet of your hips and pelvis. Settling sacrum. Quiet the belly. Drain any tension from the sides. Feel the chest quiet. Feel the back melt to the earth. The gentle weight of the shoulders and the arms and the palms and the fingers. Bright throat, open, clear, releasing any words, any stuckness, any uncertainty. And the sides of the neck release and the back of the neck up into the head. Feel that nice heavy head settling back. Allow the mind to be empty. The inner ears are relaxed. Facial muscles quiet. The eyes sink back. And a release through the crown. So I'm going to stay here right now for 5 more breaths. But at home, I would encourage you to stay here for as long as suits your body. Deeply, deeply relaxing posture. One last breath. And as you're ready, like I said, you can pause this video if you want to, or just start sliding the heels down toward the body. And gently hug the knees in, moving the block aside if you're using a block. Get a nice little squeeze, and then we're gonna roll over to one side. Nice and slow. Make our way back up to sit. So before Shavasana, I'm going to add a little round of Nadi Shodhana. Nadi Shodhana is our alternate nostril breathing, balancing the hemispheres, the mind and the body. The left is the lunar, relaxing. You breathe just through the left nostril, you can bring yourself down. It's cooling, it's lunar, it's relaxing, it's feminine. The right side is our solar, masculine, energetic side. So if you need to energize, you can breathe just through the right nostril, and when we put them together, we find balance. So if you need to blow your nose before you do this, that's fine. If you have obstructed breathing and you can't just blow it out, then maybe you can just do this in your mind and visualize. You can get a lot of the same benefits that way. So taking left hand into Chin Mudra, thumb to the first finger, palm down if you'd like to ground more, palm up for receptivity, and then the right hand into Vishnu Mudra. First and second finger to the pad of the thumb. The thumb's going to rest lightly on the right nostril, the ring finger lightly on the left nostril. We're going to begin by gently pressing in the right nostril, so maybe not hard, but just a little bit of obstruction to the breath there. And we're going to exhale through the left, then inhale left, 2, 3, 4, exhale right, 2, 3, 4, inhale right, 2, 3, 4, exhale left, 2, 3, 4, on your own. So feel free to change the speed of my count as always. Inhale left, exhale right, inhale right, exhale left, just back and forth like this. Full body breathing. As you're ready to breathe out through the left nostril, next time let's take the palms down to the knees and let the eyes close. Again, this is a tool for your relaxation toolkit, and you can do this for as long as you like at home. Maybe build up to a longer practice. And just feel any effects that breath had on the mind or body, mind and body. And then moving slowly, make our way into Shavasana. So this can be done in bed, for sure, if you're near your bed. You can pull a blanket on, get some socks, get warm clothes. Make yourself just cozy. And walk the shoulders away from the ears, turn the palms up and the toes flop out to the sides. And let yourself melt back. So we've been quieting for a while here. You might be in the zone. Allow yourself to be empty. Let the shoulders release the neck. Let the neck release the head. Shoulders also, shoulder joints release the upper arms. Elbows release the lower arms, wrists release the hands, hands release the fingers. The whole back melts. Feel the weight of the hips and pelvis. Nice quiet hips, spacious, releasing the upper legs. The knees release the lower legs. Ankles release the feet. The feet release the toes. Resting peacefully. Allow your mind and body to lay empty. Allow for even deeper release. As you let go of some of the oldest holding in your body, the most habitual tension, it can feel scary to begin to release. It can feel even uncomfortable, like when your foot wakes up when it's been asleep. If you allow an opening through this sense of discomfort, bring yourself to the other side and a new, deeper relaxation. Oh. So allow yourself to remain in Shavasana for as long as you would like. Maybe you're ready to drift off at this point. Hopefully, like I said, I've given you some tools for your relaxation toolkit that can be pulled out even during the day. Thank you so much for joining me. And take my hands to heart. Draw a deep inhale.